Hey there! So today we have another Darwin's Rants. We're going to talk about my schedule, hanging out with Eric at Runabouts, and also reviewing another beer for you guys. Well, obviously I reviewed this beer already, but you know, it's really important if you really love a beer to enjoy it in multiple sessions. All right, sometimes you do bottle share. The expectations are high, even though not with a bottle share or just having it by yourself. But like, it's nice to just enjoy beer multiple times and really have a better take on it. So let's talk about some stuff. Schedule is finally posted. I actually literally to the day last week got quote unquote hired, like, you know, actually officially past training at in Disney Springs, but won't be working. Well, I got a shift a couple days ago, and then picked up a couple shifts, food running shifts this week, and then we'll be picking up some other shifts. Actually got on the schedule this coming week. So cool. Moving forward on that. Just hanging out with Eric today. I did a double long day, 10:30 a.m. all the way till I think I clocked out around 9ish o'clock. So long day. But I share some Wookey Jack with him, right? Like, you know, this is a beer he hasn't had in a gazillion years. If you guys don't know, Eric Runabout was one of the lead installers at Premier Stainless, which is one of the lead installers of like brew houses, like you know like he brews beer, but also has installed many of the breweries that I love and know. You guys know too. The Ridgewood location at Evil Twin, the 30-barrel brew house before their huge expansion at Treehouse. He built. He's telling me more and more. I was like, "Well, you built that too?" Root and Branch, which, you know, Yeppe knows Anthony, so Root and Branch, boom. He built McKellar at City Field, their 20-barrel brew house with the 60-barrel fermenters, that huge guy, which is now Ebbs. Everywhere. It just keeps going. I'm like, oh, you built that too? You built that too? What else he built? Treehouse. I'm trying to think of the big ones that, again, Finback. Anyway, everywhere. So, just spent a couple hours hanging out with him and his wife, just like, you know, having a couple beers after work. So I just got home, and I'm gonna review this again for you guys, right? I reviewed it last night, and I just want to revisit this guy. So had a couple cans, or shared a couple cans, and we'll probably only had like half a can with him, or ish. But the beer is wonderfully dark, right? Whatever they're using, like carafa or something, to make it really nice and dark. It really looks like this solidly looks like a delicious stout porter. It's actually darker than a porter. It really looks like it really looks like a stout. Yep. Really light tan head, so there's something about it that doesn't have the amount of black malt or something that like really makes it really dark head. So definitely not imperial stout. Appearance wise, I would guess porter. It's really dark for porter, so I would guess it looks like an American stout. On the nose, ooh yeah, it is cocoa, menthol, mint, pine, spruce tips. A little bit of like light citrusy character, because there is, I think it's Citra Amarillo Simcoe. I think I think Citra. Anyway, cheers. Oh, this beer's so good. Ooh, double IPA, black rye IPA, whatever they call it. But the rye, I'm curious what it means, but it was maybe a little bit like peppery. Light peppery character to it. Also, it's probably, I believe, a higher protein grain, so a little bit higher higher mouthfeel than that. But the big thing, like, I was actually chatting with his wife, and he stepped away, and he came back. He's like, "Man, there's mint in here." Yes. So the one sentence about this beer, it is mentholy, minty, pine, cocoa. And encapsulates all that. And there's a little bit of like light honeyed sweetness, a little bit of biscuit kind of malt character to it. It is a beer that drinks very lean for 8.3, but has a little bit booze to it, so it has the body. It's so drinkable and so dangerous. Oh my God. I reviewed one for you guys. I shared a couple cans already. I'm almost out of this beer, and I'm very disappointed. This is one of the best beers I'm going to review all year. How to describe it again? It is also robust. There is a spruce tip character to the beer. Excuse me. And it's bitter. My palate is obviously acclimated to it because I've been drinking some IPAs tonight. But it is a bitter beer. Like, they just don't make bitter beers these days, which is a shame. Like, you know, you just, I can literally just go to the store these days. Yeah. Forget about going Total Wine. If I just go literally to the supermarket, yeah, Publix. Publix has a good beer selection. What can I find more bitter than this? I'd have a hard time. I'd have it maybe like Sierra Nevada Torpedo Extra IPA. Everything else like juicy, hazy. You got some Belgians on there. Obviously a lot of macro stuff, but you know, how many proper bitter IPAs are there out there? Again, I don't know what your market looks like. So you go to craft beer store. Even I go to Total Wine. How many fresh examples of bitter IPA can I find? Not too many. Yeah. So I don't know if there's a Darwin's Rants or another review of this, but oh my God. Oh. So it's just depth. It's a combination of rich, sprucey, piney bitterness with that cocoa sweetness, and then the malt comes in, and it's a little bit like peppery and bitter. Oh my God. And then it's like Andes chocolates and peppermint patties. Oh, and it lingers and complexity and like, you know. So now, so again, I reviewed it in Teiku, but now I have a Nouvelle Beka. And it dances around like a super piney, hoppy kind of a bitter porter, like Founder's porter, but just like push to another level of hoppiness. But then it's also got this IPA realm to it. Oh, yeah. So again, it's important in my world to when you love a beer that you think is so good, to not only just get the first impression of it, but just go back and dig into it. And I'm digging back at this again. And it's like, do a different glass, do it a different time of night, do another, granted, I guess I reviewed both these beers at the end of the evening. So, mouthfeel's there. And it's that perfect ABV, 8.3. That's a great ABV for this beer. Yeah, a lot of times I find beers like, again, hoppy beers, like they just come off a little bit thinner. Sometimes like it's hard to find like really impressive IPAs under 7%. Yeah, it's hard. You have to make a really great beer to get there. This beer sort of needs it, right? You're getting malt and chocolate and pine and spruce. You want mouthfeel with it, and 8 is just a perfect. Like again, some of the top rated IPAs are around that range, like Headhunter, Pliny the Elder, Focal Banger, Heady Topper. Yeah, some of the best classic IPAs are just around that 7.5, 8 range, And I've always felt that about these beers, and this beer just knows to do it, right? That's just, Again, I would not want this beer at 7. 8's a great percentage. You even had 8.3, and it's a little bit of sweetness. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this has to be one of the best beers of the year. So, if anything, I'm going to like it more than what I had last night. Yeah. The uniqueness of it is fantastic. Like, Sublimely Self-Righteous, I don't think is actually produced anymore. Maybe. I don't definitely get it in my market anymore. There aren't many beers made like this anymore. We actually had one locally called Broken Strings had a beer called like Vinyl or something. It's fantastic. West Coast style black IPA. They got rebought. I don't know if they actually still produce it. Probably should visit a brewery if they still produce it. But this is so good. It's hoppy, it's piney, it's bitter, but it has a really beautiful cocoa character to it, a minty menthol thing to it. It is so delicious. 100 minus out of 100. 100 minus out of 100. This is going to be one of my favorite beers of the year. Out of the rest of the cans, if I can't find an example to share it with some lovely people that I'll obviously want to share this delicious beer with, I will be enjoying it and reviewing it again for you guys. But this is so good. So good. Mocha. Again, it's like mocha menthol spruce tips. And if those words don't sound good to you, then you're not going to like this. But if that sounds good to you, this is just one of the most perfect beers you can ever drink. Like, oh my God. Oh. Just so drinkable. And like nice and bitter too. Oh. Nice. It's got the perfect everything. The balance of the sweetness and the mint and the bitterness and oof. So good. Cheers later.